Now, today let us talk about velocities in mechanisms by instantaneous center method. As you know that mechanism is a combination of several parts which are arranged in a particular fashion to get a desired work to be done. When a mechanism is put into action, some members oscillate, some reciprocate, some rotates. Thereby, the members of the mechanism experience displacement and also experience velocity and acceleration. To determine the velocity and velocities of the components of the mechanism, there are several techniques. One is a relative velocity method, a graphical approach. Another one is analytical method. And the third one is velocities in mechanisms by instantaneous center method. When a member is subjected to angular velocity, which rotates with an angular velocity about an imaginary center called instantaneous center or virtual center. When the instantaneous center of a mechanism changes its position due to the change in the position of the mechanism linkages, this imaginary center about which the particular member executes a motion is a virtual center, usually instantaneous center. Locus of such various position of these instantaneous centers are known as centroid. Let us understand how this instantaneous center exists between the two links. The location of instantaneous center. In the first case, let us consider two links, link 1 and link 2, which are pin jointed at this position. When motion is given to any one of the link, then automatically the other link follows the motion. The instantaneous center of these two links lies at the pin joint, and it can be represented as I suffix 1, 2. That means instantaneous center between link 1 and 2. Similarly, the second case, consider link 1 is a fixed floor and link 2 is a wheel. Link 1 and 2 has the same instantaneous center I12 at the point of contact. Similarly, the third case, a body which oscillates about a circular arc. Link 1, link 2 has the instantaneous center I12 where the body executes a circular motion. The fourth case, a body which rotates on the circumference of the circle has an instantaneous center at the center of the circle I12. In the fifth case, a point or a body which slides along a horizontal floor has an instantaneous center at the infinity. This is about the location of instantaneous center for a combination of two links. How to determine the velocity of any point on a rigid link by instantaneous center method. Now, velocity of a point on a link by instantaneous center method. Now, let us consider a body. On this body, consider let A be one point, B be another point. 2 points on a rigid link. As such, there is no relative motion between the 2 points on a same link. Let VA be the velocity of point A known in magnitude and direction. VB be the velocity of point B known in only direction. To determine the velocity of particle B, we can apply the instantaneous center method. Since A and B are the 2 points on a rigid link, then the perpendicular of VA and the perpendicular of VB intersect at this point known as instantaneous center I. That means the body executes motion about the instantaneous center I. Let velocity of point A makes an angle of alpha and velocity of point B makes an angle of beta with the line joining of AB. Now, since I is the instantaneous center, velocity of particle A, which is known in magnitude and direction, velocity of particle B known in only direction, To determine the velocity of particle B by instantaneous center method, let us assume that since A and B are 2 points on a rigid link, the velocity of A and B remains the same. Therefore, the velocity component of VA along the line joining of AB is VA cos alpha, and velocity of point B component along the line joining of A is VB cos beta. Since both are the 2 points on the same link, their velocity must be same. From this, I can write this as VA by cos beta is equal to VB by cos alpha, or VA by VB is equal to cos beta by cos alpha. Or I can express the angle in terms of sine. Cos beta can be written as sine 90 minus beta by cos alpha can be expressed as sine 90 minus alpha. One and the same. And call this as equation 1. From the geometry of this figure, if VA makes an angle of alpha with the line joining of AB, then this angle is 90 minus alpha. Similarly, this is 90 minus beta. Now, I will apply Lami's theorem for triangle ABI. As per the Lami's theorem, AI by sine 90 minus beta is equal to BI by sine 90 minus alpha. Or I can write this as AI by BI is equal to sine 90 minus beta by sine 90 minus alpha. Also is equation 2. Compare the equations 1 and 2. VA by VB is equal to sine 90 minus beta by sine 90 minus alpha. Equation 2, AI by BI is equal to sine 90 minus beta by sine 90 minus alpha. Comparing the two equations, we have comparing 1 and 2, we get VA by VB is equal to sine 90 minus beta by sine 90 minus alpha. This is equal to AI by VI. Or I can write this as VA by VB is equal to AI by VI. Or I can write this as VA by AI is equal to VB by VI is equal to constant. That constant is known as angular velocity omega. Hence, VA by AI is equal to VB by VI is equal to omega, which represents that velocity of any point on a rigid link is inversely proportional to distance of that point, perpendicular distance of that point with respect to the instantaneous center. Similarly, if I want to know the velocity of any point C on a rigid link, then that can also be written as VA by AI is equal to VB by VI is equal to VC by CI and so on. Finally, this is equal to angular velocity. This is how the velocity of any point on a rigid link can be determined using this relation. Always, velocity of any point A, B or C is inversely proportional to the perpendicular distance of that point from the instantaneous center. Now, with this, I can determine the velocity of any point on a rigid link. Now, the question is how to know the position of instantaneous center and how to know what type of instantaneous center that exists. Instantaneous centers are actually three types. One is fixed instantaneous centers. Second one is permanent instantaneous center. And third one is neither fixed nor permanent instantaneous center. The instantaneous centers are three types: fixed instantaneous center, permanent instantaneous center, and neither fixed nor permanent instantaneous center. First two types are primary instantaneous centers, and the third type is secondary instantaneous center. Locating of these primary and secondary instantaneous centers can be done with different techniques. Now, to know the number of instantaneous centers exist for the given mechanism is, let us consider a 4-bar linkage. Let us consider the 4-bar linkage. In a 4-bar linkage, 4 links are pin jointed. Link 1, link 2, link 3, link 4. 4 links are pin jointed. The instantaneous center between link 1 and 2 is I12, which exists at the pin joint. The instantaneous center between 2 and 3 is I23. Instantaneous center between 1 and 4 is I14. 3 and 4 is I34. For a 4-bar mechanism, one of the link is fixed. Assume that link 1 is fixed. Now, the number of instantaneous centers of a constrained kinematic chain is a possible combination of 2 links. Number of instantaneous centers, capital N, is equal to N into N minus 1 by 2. Using this formula, the number of instantaneous centers that exist for a given constrained kinematic chain can be determined. For example, for 4-bar linkage, the number of links are 4. In this equation, small n represents the number of links. Therefore, the number of instantaneous centers for a given 4-bar linkage is 4 into 4 minus 1 by 2. This is equal to 6. Totally, there are 6 instantaneous centers that exist for a 4-bar chain. Now, 6 instantaneous center means it is a combination of 2 links. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4 and 4, 1. The other 2 are 1 and 3, one combination, 2 and 4, another combination. That means I13 and I24 are the other 2 instantaneous centers. These 2 instantaneous centers will be I12, I23, I34, I14, and I13 lies on the extension of I12, I14, I23, I34. This is I13. Similarly, I24 lies on the extension of I14, I34, I12, I23. This intersection point is I24. So there are totally 6 instantaneous centers. Among these, I12, I23, I34, I14, I13 and I24. I12 and I14 are fixed instantaneous centers. By examination, the number of instantaneous center that lies with the fixed link are fixed type of instantaneous centers. For any displaced position of the 4-bar mechanism, these I12 and I14 instantaneous centers remains the same, whereas I23 and I34 are permanent instantaneous centers which remains permanent, but they change the position as the mechanism distorted. For example, link 2 is distorted like this. Therefore, the new position of link 2, 3 and 4 are shown with the dotted lines. Thereby, the position of I23 and position of I34 changes their position. That means I23 and I34 remains between the two links, but they change the position. Hence, I23 and I34 are permanent type of instantaneous center. The third type, I13 and I24, they are neither fixed nor permanent type of instantaneous centers. This is how the number of instantaneous center for a given constraint kinematic chain can be determined using this formula. N is equal to n into n minus 1 by 2, where small n represents the number of links of the kinematic chain. Therefore, for a 4-bar chain, there are 6 instantaneous centers. All these 6 instantaneous centers comes under primary and secondary type of instantaneous center. So, types of instantaneous centers are fixed instantaneous center, permanent instantaneous center, neither fixed nor permanent instantaneous center. Fixed instantaneous center and permanent instantaneous centers can be located by just examining the given configuration. Whereas secondary type of instantaneous centers, that is neither fixed nor permanent instantaneous centers, can be fixed or can be located using Kennedy's theorem. What is exactly the Kennedy's theorem states? Kennedy's theorem states that for a 3-bar linkage, three links AB, BC and AC, the 3 instantaneous centers lies at the pin jointed IAB, IAC, IBC. As per this Kennedy's theorem, where a 3 rigid links are pin jointed, 3 instantaneous centers lies, and all these 3 instantaneous centers must lie on the same line. All the 3 ICs, instantaneous centers, lies on same line. Based on this Kennedy's theorem, the secondary instantaneous center, neither fixed nor permanent instantaneous centers, can be located. For example, I13. I13 is the intersection of I12, I14, I13, I23, I34, I13. Similarly, I24 is again a combination of I12, I23, I24, I14, I34 and I24. This location of secondary instantaneous center can be done with the help of circle diagram applying Kennedy's theorem. Let us understand what that instantaneous center location, how exactly the primary and secondary instantaneous center can be located. Now let us understand how to locate the instantaneous center of a given mechanism. Method of locating instantaneous center. Let us consider a 4-bar mechanism. Link 1, link 2, link 3, link 4. Link 1 is fixed. To locate the instantaneous center, very first step is determine the number of instantaneous centers using the formula n is equal to n into n minus 1 by 2. Since it is a 4-bar linkage, n is equal to 4 into 4 minus 1 by 2, this is equal to 6. That means for a given 4-bar linkage, there are 6 instantaneous centers. The second step is make a list of possible instantaneous center for the mechanism by bookkeeping table method. Bookkeeping table. For that, prepare a table links and instantaneous centers. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 links. Now, link 1 with respect to this, I12. Next, I13. Next, I14. Second column, I23, I24. Next, third column, I34, I41, already it is existing, I42, again it is existing, I43, already it is there. Therefore, there are 6 possible instantaneous centers for the given 4-bar linkage. This technique is bookkeeping table, where we need to identify the possible instantaneous centers that exist for the given 4-bar mechanism. First column, first row indicates the number of links 1, 2, 3, 4. Next column, the possible instantaneous center I12, I13, I14, I23, I24, I34. Third step is, first locate the primary instantaneous center. Which are primary instantaneous centers? Fixed instantaneous center and permanent instantaneous centers are the primary instantaneous center. This can be done by examining the configuration. That means, with this 4-bar mechanism, link 1 and 2 are connected. The instantaneous center lies between 1 and 2 at the pin joint I12. It is a fixed instantaneous center that I will make a circle. This circle with the I12 indicates this has already located in the given configuration by examination. Similarly, I14, this is also a fixed instantaneous center. Next, I23 is the permanent instantaneous center, that is also located. I34, this is also a permanent instantaneous center, this is also located. Out of 6, 4 instantaneous centers are located in the given mechanism by examination. These 4 are fixed and permanent instantaneous center. The remaining 2 instantaneous centers, I13 and I24, are the secondary type of instantaneous center, which are neither fixed nor permanent instantaneous center. They can be located using Kennedy's theorem. To apply that using Kennedy's theorem, this can be achieved by circle diagram method. Circle diagram means, draw a circle of any radius. On the circumference of the circle, represent the number of links of the mechanism by the points 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Since it is a 4-bar mechanism, there are 4 links are there. The 4 points on the circumference, anywhere on the circumference, 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 points are represented on the circumference of a circle. Each point represents the links. Link 1, link 2, link 3, link 4. Now join 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4 and 4, 1 by continuous thick line. Line 1, 2 represents I12. Line 1, 2, 3 represents I23, 3, 4, I34 and I14. This continuous line represents already located primary type instantaneous centers in the mechanism. The left out is I13. I13 is the instantaneous center between link 1 and 3. Therefore, in the circle diagram, 1 and 3 is connected with the dotted line. I have 2 triangles now. I12, I23, I12, I13 is one combination. The other triangle is I14, I34, I13. Now, if you consider the upper triangle, there are 3 instantaneous centers. As per Kennedy's theorem, these 3 instantaneous centers, I12, I23, I13 must lie on the same line. Similarly, if I consider the lower triangle, I have again 3 instantaneous centers, I14, I34, I13. They also must lie on the same line. I13, I14, I34 and I13. These 2 must lie on the same line. Therefore, this is Using Kennedy's theorem, I can represent the neither fixed nor permanent instantaneous center in the given configuration. So I13 exists where the line intersection of these two, I12, I23, I13, I12, I23. I13 must be on the same line, therefore I will extend this line on either side. The second combination is I14, I34, I13. I14, I34. I13 must also lie on the same line. These two lines intersect at this point, that I am going to get I13. So join 1 and 3 with the dotted line. This is a common side of both the triangles. Applying Kennedy's theorem for first above triangle, it is a combination of I12, I23, I13. And such lower triangle, combination of I14, I34 and I13. In the configuration, first I will take I12, I23, I13. I12, I23, I13 on the same line. I14, I34, I13. I14, I34, I13 on the same line. The intersection I am going to get I13. Now, this is completed. In the similar way, I24 is located again by applying Kennedy's theorem. Join 2 and 4. Now I have again two triangles. Lower triangle, upper triangle. I14, I12, I24, one combination. I23, I34 and I24, another combination. First one, I14, I12, I24 must be on the same line. I will extend this on either side. Second combination, I23, I34, I24. Again I will extend this. The intersection of this is I24. Now check all the 6 instantaneous centers are located or not. I12, I23, I34, I14, I13, I24. So this way we can locate the instantaneous centers for the given kinematic chain by applying bookkeeping table, circle diagram technique, also by applying Kennedy's theorem. So once the location of instantaneous center is over, now to determine the velocity of any linkage, always it is inversely proportional to the distance of the point from the instantaneous center, Bi, Vc by Ci is equal to omega. In the same way, with respect to this 4-bar linkage, A, B, C, D, velocity of B is equal to omega of AB into actual length. First equation. Now let us consider B as a point on link 3. Then velocity of B can also be written as Bi13 into angular velocity of BC. Second equation. Similarly, if you want to know the velocity of C as a point on link BC, link 3, BC is equal to Ci13 into omega BC. This is also same as, now let us consider C as a point on link CD. BC is equal to Ci24 into angular velocity of CD. Like this, the velocity equation can be written based on the given position of instantaneous centers. Now let us solve one problem, how to determine the velocities by instantaneous center method for a given kinematic chain. Now let us take one example. In a quadratic cycle ABCD, the length of the links are given, AB 300 mm, BC and CD are of 360 mm, AD fixed link 600 mm, the angle PEAD of 60 degrees. The driving link rotates with a speed of 100 rpm. Then he is asked to locate all the instantaneous centers, also determine the angular velocity of link BC, velocity of C and angular velocity of link CD. Very first step is, as usual, draw the configuration to the scale This you know. First draw one line, horizontal line, fix the points A and D as per the length of fixed link and as per the scale of configuration diagram. Draw 60-degree line. On this 60-degree line, measure 300 mm, get point B. Now, with the known lengths of BC and CD, cut an arc. CD. This is the configuration diagram. Now, step 2. We need to first identify the number of instantaneous centers. The number of instantaneous center is equal to n into n minus 1 by 2, that is 4 into 4 minus 1 by 2. This is equal to, there are 6 instantaneous centers. At the same time, identify what are all the possible instantaneous centers that exist for the given mechanism by bookkeeping table. 1, 2, 3, 4. As usual, I12, I13, I14, I23, I24, I34. There are 6 instantaneous centers. To locate these 6 instantaneous centers, step 3 is locate the instantaneous centers. First, by examining the configuration, fix up the instantaneous centers. I12, I23, I34, I14. The 4 instantaneous centers of primary type are located. That means the primary instantaneous center which are located are encircled with the circle indicating I12, I14, I23, I34 are already located. The remaining 2 instantaneous centers can be located by applying Kennedy's theorem. For that, draw a circle of any radius. Mention the 4 points indicating the number of links of the given chain with the numbers on the circumference. Join with the solid lines, continuous lines. I12, I23, I34, I14. Then I13, that means 1 and 3 is joined with a dotted line, which is a combination of I12, I23, I13 and I14, I34, I13. This is for I13 instantaneous center. In the same way, I13, I12, I23 on the extension of this link, I14, I34 on the extension of this. Now I am going to locate the secondary one of the secondary instantaneous center I13. In the similar way, join a 2, 4 with the dotted line. For I24, the combination is I23, I34 and I24 and I12, I14, I24. Like that, I12, I14, extend this on either side. Then I34, I23, extend this until it intersect. This is I24. Thereby, the 6 instantaneous centers are located in the configuration diagram by applying Kennedy's theorem, using circle diagram and knowing the total number of instantaneous centers using the bookkeeping table. Once this location of instantaneous centers are over, step 4 is, now consider the driving link. Driving link is AB. Velocity of B relative to A is VB is equal to AB into angular velocity of AB. This is the formula. Now VB is equal to AB 300 into 2 pi into speed. Speed of the driving link given is 100 divided by 60. Some value you are going to get. This is VB. Now let us consider B as a point on link BC. Considering B as a point on BC, I can write the equation VB also equal to PI13 into angular velocity of BC. Already we have calculated VB. That you substitute. B13 you can measure value into scale so that you can calculate omega BC from this. Omega BC is equal to VB by PI13. Some value you are going to get. Now, similarly, C as a point on BC, VC can be written as CI13 into omega BC. This is equal to, again, measured value into scale multiplied by this value, omega BC. So that I am going to get BC. Finally, consider CD. C as a point on CD, then VC can also be written as CI24 into omega CD. Already I have calculated VC, that you substitute here. This is measured value into scale. Then omega CD can be written as VC by CI24. This is how we can determine the velocities, unknown quantities of velocities and angular velocities of the links of the given kinematic chain by instantaneous center method.